Hi Kim, many thanks for your time this afternoon. As I've explained, I'm enrolled in a course to upgrade my TAE, which is my teaching qualifications, and part of that is for me to learn how to write assessment tools. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is run through some information that I would need to give someone, a candidate in the course. And the course that I've chosen is to Certificate 1 in Business. So I've chosen some competency modules out of that, and these assessment tools or instruments are designed to assess your knowledge in regards to that. So you would be enrolled in this course, obviously you're not, and you don't really know the content, but what I'll be looking for today is for you to give me some feedback as to whether you think someone would be able to clearly understand the questions that I've asked for the assessment, and to give me any feedback to whether I could word it better, or whether you think that there's some improvements that could be made. So first of all, I'll go through the housekeeping, or just how the assessment would work. So for this module, which is BSBITU101, which is Operate a Personal Computer, we've split it into two sections. One is to assess your knowledge of or the candidate's knowledge of how a computer works, or what we would need to know to operate a computer. And then the secondary, I've actually done this one as a third-party evidence report, because I feel that many of the students who would do this module would already be using a computer, and this is able to be done by someone nominated in your workplace that's mutually agreed, and they fill out that they observe you doing these skills within your workplace. For the purpose of this is done in the workplace, this assessment. It could be done in an office environment or in your general workplace, depending on what your role is. The aim of this the assessment would be done in the workplace, particularly for the skills, and then the written assessment would be done in a private office, somewhere where you can concentrate. It's designed for an administrative assistant or someone learning to use those skills. For work health safety, we would need to consider in the workplace that there's no trip hazards or any untagged equipment or anything like that would be risk to your safety. If in the event that you have any concern around feeling unwell, or you need anything, you can just let us know and we can cease the assessment. I do need to also let you know that the results, you get instant feedback on the actual skill, but your formal results would come out within 2 weeks. If you are not yet competent in any of those skills, you'll be given 14 days to rebook the assessment to redo, so you do have the opportunity to redo those assessments. As I said, it's a written assessment. You would have 30 minutes to complete the 4 questions that are in the assessment. You are able to clarify any of those questions. If you are not able to read the questions, you are able to ask the assessor, who is in the room with you, to read the questions to you, or to provide clarification of what the questions are asking. And the third-party report, you are welcome to ask for assistance from the assessor as well. The third-party evidence report will be provided to the candidate at least 1 week prior to them commencing, and they have 1 week to commence it from the date that it is set as commencement. So you have a week to complete it in the workplace. The assessment, what else I forgot to say? Fire exits. So in this building, as you know, you're a staff employee. If the fire alarms were to go off, we would cease the assessment and progress outside safely, where there'd be a roll call. During the assessment, we do ask that candidates turn off their mobile phones and avoid interacting with other staff members unless it's part of the assessment, or you need to seek assistance in a task that you're not sure of and it states that you are able to seek assistance. Before the written assessment, you are given 10 minutes prior to the written questions to have a read of the questions before starting that 30 minutes. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
So the third-party evidence report is an assessment of skills, and if at any point you feel like you would like to apply for recognition of prior learning, because you're already doing this, you're welcome to do that with your assessor, and we can work out a method of you to provide that evidence for recognition of prior learning. And as I said, if you have any literacy skills or language skill issues or concerns, you are welcome to ask for clarification if English is not your first language or you're struggling with the assessment. Any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Thanks. I'm going to turn off. Before I turn off, I'm just going to ask you if you wouldn't mind reading through the tools or the instruments to see if you have any suggestions on how I can make them clearer, or if there's any concerns about how readable. And if you could just try that first question on the written assessment.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, Kim. So you've had a chance to have a read of them and have a try of those. You've actually read all 4 questions and the third-party written assessment. What did you think?
Yes, I found that with the written assessment questions and even the third-party evidence report, they were quite easy to understand and to work through if you were filling it out.
Great. So I'll just go back and clarify. So we had a discussion off air, off video, that there was one question, you had a question about the operating system. I'll just go back and clarify that language and to make sure that that is the language that's required by the unit of competency, and then make adjustments, and if I find anything that needs to be adjusted, I'll bring them back to you to have another look if you wouldn't mind.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.